To celebrate its 25th anniversary, Gerald Charles revisits a classic Genta complication, the Jumping Hour. Inspired by a watch designed by its founding father in 2005, the GC39, Gerald Charles introduces the Maestro GC39 Jumping Hour 25th Anniversary Edition. And while it's quite a name, this marks a quarter of a century of watchmaking under the Gerald Charles name, and it looks rather spectacular. But before we dive into the details, maybe first start with a bit of history. There's no denying that few people have made such a lasting impact on the watchmaking industry as Gerald Charles Genta has. Even today, his extraordinary influence is alive and well across several brands and iconic watches, and not just the ones he launched under his own name. Gerald Genta founded his first eponymous company in 1969, which he eventually sold in 1996. But not resting on his laurels for long, he founded a new watch brand in the year 2000, Gerald Charles. Genta then stepped down from ownership in 2003, but remained this brand's designer-in-chief until his passing in 2011. And during these years he worked closely with the Italian Ziviani family, who partially funded this new brand, and after Genta's death, the Gerald Charles brand stepped out of the spotlight for a few years. Until 2020, that is, when Federico Ziviani revived the name in remembrance of one of the greatest watch designers of the 20th century, Gerald Charles Genta. To now commemorate 25 years of the Gerald Charles name, the brand captures the spirit of one of Genta's most beloved complications, the Jumping Hour, in a celebratory watch. It's called the Maestro GC39 Jumping Hour 25th Anniversary Edition and comes with a spectacular dial and a few very interesting extra details. The design is a continuation of what we know, as it uses the peculiar stepped or smiling Maestro case. It's made in fully polished grade 5 titanium, so it's rather light on the wrist, and the signature design element is the curved bottom section of the otherwise rounded square case. This so-called smile was penned by Genta very soon after launching the Gerald Charles brand and is inspired by work of Francesco Borromini, Rome's famous Baroque architect. At 42mm by 42mm wide and 11mm in height, the watch has rather modern dimensions. The bottom lip of the step bezel extends out over the strap slightly, and there's a flat sapphire crystal on top that follows the shape of the case. On the right side, the screw-down crown with clou de Paris decoration for added grip ensures 100 meters of water resistance, which is quite a surprise for such a standout dressy watch. What immediately catches the eye, after the maybe polarizing case design, is the dial. This is made with a Lapis Lazuli center section, which was Genta's favorite semi-precious stone. The slice of Lapis Lazuli is printed with the brand's name and the special 25th anniversary logo, which shows the GC, the brand's initials. Surrounding this stone center is a rather unique silver section made with what's called Meta Guillochage, and this proprietary microchemical engraving technique results in a striking burst of sun rays radiating from the heart of the dial. On the outer edge, a fine black mini-track with blue dots completes the overall design. As mentioned, Genta was a big fan of jumping hour displays, and to stay true to that original spirit, the Maestro GC39 has an arched window on top with an anti-clockwise jumping hour disc and a sole central hand for the minutes. And, important, to not fully block the hour indications when the minute hand moves from 11 to 1 o'clock, it has an open work tip. This compelling display is made possible by the caliber 4.0, and this automatic movement uses a base caliber by Vaucher with an in-house developed and patented jumping hour module on top. The 50-hour power reserve is a rather welcome surprise, as jumping hour mechanisms usually consume quite a bit of energy. The decoration is also very nicely done, and the gold rotor has the signature honeycomb pattern with again the 25th anniversary logo. Only 100 of these rather special watches will be made, all worn on a blue vulcanized rubber strap, and to ensure a comfy fit it comes with a butterfly folding clasp as standard. The price is set at €36,000 excluding VAT, and if that might be a bit too steep for you, perhaps a visit to the soon-to-be-opened Gerald Genta Museum is a satisfying alternative. Either way, both the watch and the museum celebrate one of the industry greats, who is dearly missed but will live on through its many iconic designs. Thanks for tuning in to Monochrome Watches once again. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you again soon.